The rain tasted like acid. Sergeant Major Aris Thorne swallowed, fighting the urge to gag. Hyper 186F's atmosphere was a constant irritant, but the metallic tang intensified the nausea already roiling in his gut. He focused on the readout from Ray's sensor array. The swirling chaos of energy signatures, a visual representation of the encroaching dread. Still nothing resolving. Sergeant Major. Ray's voice was tight, bordering on frantic. The young sensor specialist hadn't slept properly in days. Thorne understood. The anomaly had begun subtly, a ripple in the background radiation. Now, it was a tidal wave threatening to drown them. Lieutenant Chen's voice cut through the tension. Raise, prioritize filtering for anything resembling known Xenos signatures. Thorne, your assessment? Thorne hesitated. How could he explain the shifting landscape of his own mind? The feeling of blending. The memories weren't his, yet they felt intimately familiar. He seen through countless eyes, experienced lives he hadn't lived. The energy signature's unusual, Lieutenant. Not consistent with any known alien technology. Almost organic. Chen's jaw tightened. Organic energy signatures? That's a new one. She glanced at Thorne, a flicker of concern in her eyes. You all right, Sergeant Major? You seem distracted. He forced a smile, a gesture that felt alien even to him. Just processing, Lieutenant. This environment takes a toll. He didn't mention the whispers in his head, a chorus of voices that seemed to be slowly subsuming his own. They spoke of unity, of transcendence, of a purpose he couldn't yet grasp. The patrol had been sent to investigate the derelict atmosphere processor outside New Eden. The town, once a thriving colony, was now a ghost, abandoned decades ago after a series of unexplained incidents. The processor was vital for maintaining a breathable atmosphere, but it had failed catastrophically, triggering a chain reaction that rendered the entire area toxic. The official report blamed faulty engineering, but rumors persisted of something else. Corporal Silver, ever the pragmatist, scoffed at the rumors. Probably just faulty wiring, Sergeant Major. These old systems aren't maintained properly. He fiddled with his pulse rifle, a weary cynicism etched on his face. They found the processor a skeletal ruin, twisted metal and shattered glass reflecting the perpetual rain. The air hung thick with the stench of decay. As rays scanned the area, a wave of energy pulsed outwards, throwing them all off balance. I'm getting something massive, Sergeant Major. Rays stammered, his face pale. Is it centered on that structure? He pointed to a monolith, partially obscured by the rain. It was a seamless black stone defying description. It didn't reflect light, didn't seem to have any physical texture. It simply asterisk was asterisk. What is that? Silver breathed, his voice laced with a rare note of awe. As Silver spoke, the monolith began to hum. A low resonant vibration that permeated the ground, resonating within their bones. Thorne felt a surge of that same vibration through his own mind, pulling at his thoughts, his memories, his very sense of self. The whispers intensified, transforming into a clear, unified voice. Asterisk welcome, Aris. You are one of us now. Asterisk. He doubled over, clutching his head. What's happening to me? He gasped. Chen rushed to his side. Thorne. Report. He couldn't articulate the encroaching loss of himself, the dissolution of his identity. The collective was welcoming him, integrating him into its vast, unknowable consciousness. Suddenly, the ground trembled violently. From the surrounding forest emerged figures, tall and slender, their bodies adorned with intricate, pulsating symbols. Xenos. They moved with unsettling synchronicity, their eyes glowing with an eerie internal light. Their movements were not random, but rhythmic, following a pattern that felt both alien and disturbingly familiar. Xenos contact, Lieutenant. Ray screamed, his fingers flying across his console. They were not aggressive, they were communicating. The Xenos raised their arms, their bodies swaying in unison. The monolith pulsed, bathing the clearing in a wave of energy. Thorne felt his mind stretching, expanding, merging with something vast and ancient. Sergeant Major. Respond. Chen's voice was strained, desperate. He tried to speak, to reassure her, but the words wouldn't come. His tongue felt foreign in his mouth. He was no longer Aris Thorne, but a part of something more. Priority transmission, Lieutenant. A voice crackled over the comms. It was Captain Eva Stover, their commanding officer. Relief column delayed. Unexpected orbital debris field. ETA unknown. Repeat. Relief column delayed. Your situation appears critical. We are detecting unusual energy readings emanating from your location. Maintain defensive posture. Do not engage. Out. Chen stared at the comm unit, her face grim. Relief delayed. Defensive posture. No engagement. That's not good. She turned back to Thorne, her expression a mask of concern. Thorne, what's going on? He could only offer a weak smile, his eyes reflecting the ancient, alien wisdom of the collective. He felt an overwhelming sense of peace, of belonging. The fear, the anxiety, the loneliness all gone. "We are becoming one, Lieutenant," he whispered, his voice a composite of countless voices. "All will be understood." Then, with a final surge of energy, Thorne vanished. His body slumped forward, lifeless. Chen stood frozen, staring at the fallen Sergeant Major. Reyes whimpered, burying his face in his hands. Silver, his skepticism shattered, let out a strangled cry. The Xenos continued their rhythmic movements, their eyes fixed on the monolith. The rain continued to fall, washing away the last vestiges of Aris Thorne, and the last threads of hope for the Territorial Defense Force. The monolith pulsed, a silent beacon in the rain-soaked wasteland of Kepler E6F, and somewhere in the vast, unknowable expanse of space, a relief column continued to navigate a deadly field of debris, unaware of the chilling fate that awaited them.